Testing. Alright. Truck Motors and the Cincinnati Singer, so here we go. Alright, there we go. Just adjusting something there. The home run song. There we go. You were gonna go with a rainy broadcast, so, because why not? Welcome to General Motors Stadium! A Central Division matchup. An Atlantic Division matchup, excuse me. The Detroit Motors and the Cincinnati Stingers. Stick of the mountain for the Detroit Motors is Cole Reagans. He started one game already this year. See how he'll do today for the Motors. Because they're going to be facing the Cincinnati Stingers. And leading off for Cincinnati is Luis Garcia. In black and gold, and black and yellow. And the first pitch. Just fired on the lower outside corner for ball one. So we're underway here in Detroit. A rainy day. Another pitch. Lined at third. One down. There's the Cincinnati Stingers lineup. Taking a look at it here. We got Matt Chapman, Cliff Combs playing for Cincinnati, Aaron Coleman, Jose Mendoza. Yeah, who's getting out? Jason Dominguez ain't playing today. That's interesting. Here's Aaron Coleman for the Stingers. Top of the first. He'll take a strike on the lower inside corner. He allowed 4 runs at last. Aaron Coleman scored 4 runs in his last 5 games. As he taps a circle changeup foul, the Cincinnati Stingers. They're towards the bottom of the Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference. Motors are at the top of the division as Reagan strikes out Aaron Coleman, and there's 2 outs. Here's Jose Mendoza for the Stingers. Ball one, upper outside corner. Stingers fantastic black uniforms. I love them. They're just perfect. I love them. I do. The 1-0.
That's a ball.
Check swing, 2-0. On that fastball, it just drifted inside. Maybe it was his delivery there. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Try and come back in the count. Another pitch. Lined out to right field. This one at the track, at the wall. That's gonna bounce off the warning track and the wall, and that should be extra bases for Mendoza, and it will be, as he's got a 2-out double. And it's just the placing of that hit in perfect spot to get some extra bases because nobody's there. And even if they were, they'd have to. It's just the location, perfect timing. Just a perfect location on that hit as Matt Chapman's to the plate. Stinger is going to try and get on the board here, maybe. We'll see. Another one from Reagan's.
Nope, that's inside.
And that curveball. I think he was trying to go in the lower inside corner and just. Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he timed it properly. He's got him with that circle changeup, lower outside corner, 1-2. Bad slider to even the count 2-2. Grant reversing and run to the bag is in time. And that's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the first. Solid inning for Cole Reagans to start off his start today for the Motors. Check them out for the Cincinnati Stingers is Corbin Burns. So, already had one start so far this season. Just one start. Surprised he hasn't had a second already. Won the Cy Young Award in 2021. And Josh Smith, the DH, gonna lead it off. Nod. Better to lead off with. Bottom of the first inning. Josh H. Smith. He's 1 for 6 versus Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns in the MLB with the Diamondbacks. Seems like his pitching is just, his strikeouts are going down every single year. Wait, there has to be a cause to it. So. I saw a video on Corbin Burns this morning. Just happened to see a video about him. And he gets to start today. Just perfect timing there. 1-2. So. It could be a pitching duel. Yeah, it might be, and then it breaks out. There's a breakout in the 7th or 8th inning. Nice world out. It could be that, or it could just be the exact opposite, where it's just homer after homer after homer. We'll see, though. Cutter tap foul. Smith keeping his at-bat alive against Corbin Burns. I don't know. Corbin Burns, it just rolls off the tongue. I like it. Another 1-2. Slider on the count's even. Yeah, I think it was. I see what he's trying to do here. Just his delivery, maybe a bit of bad timing. Yeah, he needs to work on his slider definitely. Cause I see what he's trying to do. It's just the ball's not going where he wants. Full count to Smith. Just got the end of the. Got it with the end of the bat and it's foul. Keeps the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Same pitch. In the same spot. A cutter. 3-2, and same result too. 10th pitch of this at bat. Fouls the cutter off on the inside edge. 3-2 count. Wiretap foul. He's doing a fantastic job here. Going for that perfect one that's right in his sweet spot where he can just launch it. Maybe that was a pretty well good one, but he still got it off the end of his bat. Maybe a bit of a late swing there. Got it off. Motors have had a really good start. The Stingers, not so much. I went into left field, not deep. He's under it, and the catch. And there's one down here in the bottom of the first. So Mesa Wynn's coming up to the plate, and Bregman's after him, and then you can see the rest of the lineup here. Evan Carter, and Clement, Nicholas Kirkland, Matt Woolner, Freddie Furman, and Seal Perez. Here's Mason Wynn, the Motors shortstop. So Detroit, they are.
Outside, that's a ball.
Yeah, they're similar to the Red Wings for the Yankees. Because that brand is just so. Yeah, I'm not gonna change. Mostly probably won't change no matter what. I might do jersey change, but motors, I'm not touching it. I think it's basically perfect. I'm not gonna touch the brand. It's very simplistic but solid. Now in line foul, it's 1 and 2. Slow start to this one here in the first inning. A bit of drizzle here in Detroit. I don't know what the weather actually is in Detroit. It could be a super bright sunny day. But the game said rains, I just let it be. That one's in the right field. We're going after it, and he won't get there. It'll be a base hit for Mason Wynn. And he's aboard with 1 down. Here is Alex Bregman. Probably the most player with the most name recognition on the team. Looks like a circle changeup for strike 1. The Motors, named after like, you know, like the motor industry, or we make
Off the plate, ball
in
1.
Detroit. They make cars, and this is. But I didn't want to just copy the Red Wings, so I just go with a D. A D with wings. Nice circle change up 1 and 2, and the wings are a reference to the actual Red Wings. It is a reference. A 1-2 to Bregman, the pitch. The foul stays alive at the at-bat. Detroit team, surprisingly good start despite their, at best, average lineup.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
We're going to second, and the throw, it is safe! Mason Wynn with a stolen base and a wild pitch. He had a really good jump there. That's the only, if he didn't gain a good jump to start, he probably wouldn't have been able to make that because that was a very good throw from home. A 2-2 count to Bregman in the pitch. Slider foul to the top of the zone there. 6 balls, 18 strikes for 24 pitches in total from Burns in this inning. Pretty long inning here.
3 and 2.
Rough. I think rough curveball trying to get him to chase, and it just did not. Bregman did not bite on that pitch. And he held off. And the center field base hit. Win around third. He's going to try and score in the throw. And the Motors take a 1-0 lead. 1-0 Detroit. Bregman with an RBI single. Just perfect right through center field. Bouncing deep enough. Gives time for Wayne to go race around third. And make it well in time to the plate. To give the Motors a 1-0 lead.
1-0.
Here's Matt Wallner for Detroit. Still only 1 out, and the Motors lead 1-0. Bottom of the first here. And the pitch.
Ball, that's out.
2-0 the count. To the Motors. Motors and the Stingers. Into left field, this one going back, is it deep enough? And there it goes! Goodbye, home run! Matt Wallner with a solo blast. A 2-run blast, and it's 3-0. So Detroit, with a good start to this game offensively. So yeah, just enough. It had enough carry to go over the wall to give the Motors a 3-0 lead. Here's Nicholas Kirkland. So the Motors, really good start here. A 2-run blast from Matt Wallner. And it's kind of going to see how if the Stingers can recover from this, because I tell you, their offense is just it's inconsistent. 1-2 to Kirkland. The Stingers had an inconsistent start. Is that going to continue? Right now, it's seeming, at least for the time being, it will. It's only the first inning, though, so don't. We're going to miss on a cutter, and there's 2 down in the inning. And then Clement to the plate with 2 down. Burns are going to try. If I were Burns, I would hope for him to hit a ground it to either first or third. That would be the ideal play, because second, there's a good chance it goes through for a hit. That's a curveball tap, foul for strike 1. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Stingers uniforms, especially just black and yellow. It's slick. No one punch foul. Burns looking to punch out Clement here. This means a strike. I would do maybe I think he has a fastball. Got him on the upper outside corner for strike 3. It's time to retire, but not before a 2-run blast from Matt Wallner. 3-0 Detroit. He played with Zach Nino for Cincinnati. So Zach Neto for the Stingers. On top of the second inning. They're in a 3-0 deficit. Kind of what do you do now? It's a cutter 2-0. Right now, if I'm the coach for the Stingers, what I'd be telling the players is just make contact. That's what I'd be telling them. You don't need the perfect home run. You don't need the perfect pitch. They got the whole game to come back. 2-1 count to Nito, by the way. So focus on contact. Just getting contact, getting hits, getting hit. As simple as fine. It just needs to be continuous. Maybe they can string enough hits together to bring in a run or two, and just to get back, not only on the board but back in this game. Swing and a miss. Nito strikes out swinging on a cutter at 90 miles an hour. Second K for Cole Reagans. There's Joe Adele. Circle change up. He didn't really count. I don't know what he's doing with that pitch. Maybe a chase. I don't know. I don't get why you chase that pitch. Do not account for it's gonna drop. Four seamer angled there at the dirt. If you're gonna angle four-seamer down, it has to be at least maybe halfway through would be a good place to put it. He did it on the cutter too, as you just saw. The catcher Ruiz is on deck for Cincinnati, and Adele is very patient here, which is this guy you need to have as a batter because. It's forcing him right down Broadway for strike 1. You need to have that skill, otherwise you'll just swing at everything. That's a no good. Drawing walks, that's a good thing, although it's less fun, but it's boring. So Jodell walks, and to the plate is Ruiz, Kyber Ruiz. Not a great start for the Stingers, which they haven't had a great record out. Missed. The opening day was fantastic. 5-0 shutout against the Memphis Blues, but in the Southeast Division. But this year is a chance to gain a bit of ground back in the division on your rival, the Detroit Motors. It's the Battle of Ohio. Should be some enthusiasm. Ball 2 in the dirt. Adele stays on first. 3-1 the count. You really have a good jump anyway, so it's probably smart to just stay on the first. Swing and a miss. 2-2. The Motors with a 3-0 lead, trying to hold on to it. Strike 3 called. Looking. 2 down. We're in the inning. I guess a view of Ford Field, or the best I can make of Ford Field. Then that's Ford Field. And fouled off to strike 1 to Cliff Holmes. This is my ideal MLB, would be this. Not necessarily all the team names being, also some of them I wish. But I'm fine with them being the Tigers, that works. Good name, good branding. But I want a team in Columbus. And I want teams in Canada. That's about all. New Orleans too. 1-2 count to Cliff Combs. And a decent start to this first week in the NBL. Looks like cutter 2-2 the count. Sort of coughing. And that four-seamer, good sack there, is out. Just the angle. You should have thrown that more inside, and then so it just lands directly on the corner. Maybe a bit up. Swing and a miss to the curveball, and Cliff Combs strikes out swinging. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Detroit. It's Freddie Furman to lead it off for the Motors, who lead 3-zip over the Cincinnati Stingers. Some fan rambling out there. I couldn't decipher any of it. I could not. I'm sorry about that. That wasn't anything bad. Solid cutter up in the zone. Upper inside corner. Keeping the count. Freddie Furman, 417 batting average to start off. That's a solid stat. Trying just outside the zone. 2-1. Decent crowd here in Detroit, despite the weather. The grounder. There, this probably won't be in time. The throw, it is out. Long throw from third. Able to get to Chapman in time. 7 Carter. Bottom of the second. Right at shortstop. The shortstop and the throw to Chapman is in time for out number 2. Here's Wenzel Perez for the Detroit Motors. We'll see how he hasn't had hit a home run so far this season. He might hit one here. We'll see. Slider up in the zone. Strike 1 from Corbin Burns. In Cincinnati, seems like we're going to have to rely on pitching if they're struggling with scoring here. That was just a badly placed curveball. No other way of putting it. And the 1-1. Nice cutter, 1 and 2. Just seems like probably a slider, maybe his curveball a bit.
Too high. Ball.
See, the slider is. I see what he's trying. The slider is. It's not ever exactly where he wants his slider to be. Because I can see what he was trying to go at the top of the zone there and just above the. Unless he was trying to get him to chase. Now is when you would be trying to get them to chase. I more chase out. Typically, the pitches that you chase up in the zone are gonna be like angled fastballs. It's gonna be lined. Left fielder foul. Julio Perez. Not Julio. Somebody's on deck. Triple change up. Unsell Perez. I was thinking Julio Perez. Wrong team. Swing on a miss and a wild pitch. He should be able to make that in time. He will. Perez safe for first. And that's why you run on a wild pitch when you strike out. That is. You're at 2 strikes and there's a wild pitch. You run for this very reason, so that after that ball gets away, you make it to base in time. So here's Josh Smith.
Oh, that's inside.
To the edge, east of the plate. He flat out his first at bat for the Motors. Here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Detroit. Got a 3-0 lead. It's all about him.
2-0.
Extending that lead's like a secondary. They gotta focus on protecting it. Try to get Winsell Perez out, but that was unsuccessful. Still that reaction time. I'm like
That's ball 3.
pickoffs. Ball 3 in the dirt. Not a single strike to Josh Smith. Bottom of the 2nd inning here in Detroit. A 3-0 count.
Ball 4, that pitch
And
is
he's
out.
gonna walk Josh Smith with a cutter for ball 4, upper outside corner. 2 on, 2 out. Here's Mason Wynn. Swing out his first at bat. And then right after that, the guy on deck hit the 2-run blast. So if he gets on base, that means it's gonna be at the very least bases loaded. I mean, the Motors struggle. There's strike 1. Burns struggling to get out of this inning for the Stingers. Which, this is not good. They're already losing 3-0. Just got a piece of that one. Foul, 1 and 2. Okay, Burns had to lean into your strong pitches, like a fastball or a cutter, grounder. There's a throw to second and the inning. So the Stingers get out of it and leave 2 base runners on for the Motors. 3-0 Motors. So the pitcher in the last series. You can see the stats. 23 strikeouts, 6 walks, 270 ERA. It was good ERA, at least for their pitching staff. Here's Sam Hilliard for Cincinnati. As he hit one up in the zone foul. Decent crowd here in Detroit. No sellout, but a decent crowd. That went pretty well hit. There it goes, and that will turn foul. Is he going to get there? Yes, he will. Matt Wallner, who hit the 2-run blast for Detroit earlier, able to chase that one down. Here's Luis Garcia. Takes a 4-seam fastball. And he got that outside edge. Still on the plate, though. There's a base hit down the left field line. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. Bouncing off the wall. Should be that one to throw back towards third. It'll be a stand-up double for Luis Garcia. Yeah. Just in a bad spot. And he took advantage of it by just sprinting to second base. So Aaron Coleman is to the plate for the Stingers. Cincinnati, the top. There. Coleman gets a base hit. Luis Garcia could score, but we'll see. It's one out to right field, and there's the catch for out number 2. Coleman stays on second. And here comes Jose Mendoza. Stingers here. They have a chance. They need Mendoza to connect and get a hit. Chopper towards third, and the throw. Retires the side. We head to the bottom of the third. And the runner is still in front by 3. Here's Alex Bregman for Detroit. I believe this is the first of a 3-game series, by the way. There's a high shot. Out towards left center field. Back it goes. It's going to bounce on the warning track. Up and over the wall for an automatic double for Alex Bregman. Right into the stands out in left center field. Matt Warner to the plate. 2-1 blast in the first. He could double up here. And the 0-1 from Burns, his 62nd pitch. Popped up, third base side. In the left field, and the throw to third to keep the runner on second, Luis Garcia. No, Alex Bregman on second. That's who's on second. That's Luis Garcia. That was the last inning. Swing and a miss and a cutter.
0-1's the count.
Coop and Roop warming up. So 2 warming up in the Stinger bullpen. So Cincinnati that one's line foul off the end of the bat of Kirkland. And 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
See the slider, it's that one just drifted unpredictably. It was like way up on that upper outside corner. Throw it a little more than he wanted it. I'm not saying don't throw a slider at all, but just lean into your stronger pitches. I feel like he's playing around with. I don't know. I feel like his insistence on using the slider, despite not being a great pitch, is not exactly helping the Stingers. I don't think it's exactly helping because I can tell he's struggling with his accuracy on it. That's one thing I'm noticing. See? His accuracy. I know something's up with that slider. It's a pitch he definitely needs to work on. Just got it with a curveball. 2 down. And Erwin Clement to the plate. Good job to wear it on that curveball. It was like the off-speed pitch. But if you throw some of those, that can also help be a better pitcher. At least I would think. Got a piece it up, and it's not gonna be. It's gonna get past for a base hit. 1 run will score, and it is 4-0 Detroit. Here's Freddie Furman to the plate. 400 batting average to start off. I mean, it was 417, but so including his first at bat, he's at 400. Cut her up in the zone for strike 2. Burns gonna try and get out of the inning. On an 0-2. The pitch. Got him with the cutter on the upper outside corner for strike 3. Clement with a grounder to get him under a 4-0 lead. Here's Matt Chapman for the Stingers. Cincinnati they're struggling offensively tonight. That's been the story. They're kind of off and on with their offense. They'll have one good game, and then they'll struggle the next 3 or 4. Chapman's been alright, though. Not great. He could be better, but...
That's ball 2.
Has he been bad? No. I just say good. 261. Nothing outstanding either.
That's ball 3.
4-seamer for ball 3. Reagans might let him walk here. We'll see. A new strike pitch from Reagans here. No whining deal. Strike 1. Gonna try and make a comeback in the count here against Matt Chapman.
Nope. Ball
No,
4.
4-seamer just a bit too low in the lower inside corner for ball 4. Chapman gonna take first. Here's Zach Nito. So the Stinger is here. If I can manage another hair, I'm looking to get right back in this game. But if Reagans grounds into a double play or flies out, grounding double play is probably the worst scenario for the Stingers. That's exactly what the Motors want, or the Detroit fans. So they want to see the Motors infield ground turn a double play on a Zach Nito grounder. So basically, just don't hit a ground ball. Or hit one right at the pitcher, so it goes off straight and bounces through center field. It's hard to direct the ball though. As Nino strikes out swinging, there's one down in the inning. It's the 5th strikeout for Cole Reagans. Is he getting how many strikeouts will we get today? We'll see. Top of the 4th inning. Here's Joe Adele. I believe he's 0 for 1 today. He swung under that one and missed. Strike 1. Hey, there's a decent amount of fans here, especially in that lower deck. Is it sold out? No. Because Detroit, they've been pretty good. They've been a pretty good team. Swing, and I missed on the cutter, and it's 0-2. Very good cutter there. And right under it. The thing is, you have to be able to tell where the ball is, and then within milliseconds to be able to swing at it. It's always mental. Oh, that one gets away. Runner to second, and he's not even going to be able to get a throw to second base before the runner advanced on a wild pitch. Yeah, Chapman just sprinted towards second base there. Not even allowing a throw from the Detroit catcher. And 2-2, count to Joe Dell. The pitch.
The count's full.
I think that's on that, just misfired on that circle changeup. Way off the plate there. 3-2. Trevor Reed's on deck. Swing and a miss with the knees. 2 down. 6K for Cole Reagans. Someone new plays. Favorite Ruiz. Four-seamer right down Broadway there. For strike one. That's the phrase I like to use. I should say start using right down Penny Lane. Just got a piece of that off the end of the bat. Foul. 60th pitch for Cole Reagan on the way. So he's pitched quite a lot here. It's got behind home plate by Ruiz. Keep the inning going for Cincinnati. For the top half of the inning, anyway. And he just got in the left field, right through the on-field bullpen, which I have a lot of complaints about the on-field bullpens. They're ugly. Why don't we have one that you can have like left or right field or center field? So outfield bullpens are just objectively better, and that's what most of the MLB has. Why can't we have it in the show?
That's ball 2.
Kind of dumb. Yeah, 2-2 pitch.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
The count's full, throw it back to third. Chapman is safe. Another wild pitch. Now he's 90 feet away from home plate. So Chapman able to get there in time. And some unhappy Detroit fans. Well, they let it happen. And there's strike 3. We head to the bottom of the 4th. So Evan Carter gonna lead off the bottom of the inning. Detroit is up big here. Just about halfway through this game.
Ball, that's out.
Curveball just slightly off the plate. Plays. Someone what are you slider issues today? It was just, he was trying to get him to chase.
Nope.
Hope his problems don't extend to all of his pitches, because the slider is where it's the most noticeable.
That's ball 3.
Throwing. I think it's a little bit. He's trying to stay on the corner. That's getting him here. That's what's causing 3-0 counts. That one pretty well hit. Out towards right center field. This one's on the track. Is it deep enough? No, it's not. A nice running catch by Joe Adele. That's out number 1. Took away a double. They could have had the right fielder run after it, but I don't think he wanted to.
Ball. 1-0.
Maybe a slightly unnecessary on that catch. It was a nice catch, though. A nice running catch. Oh, he's going to bunt. The throw to first. It's late. Perez is safe. Bunts are hard, but one thing, I think it would make bunts. I don't know why they have Chapman try and get it. I'd have Corbin Burns go get it. He would have got there quicker than Chapman. So they're gonna pull Corbin Burns probably here. Let's see who they bring in. He's had a rough day. And they're gonna bring in AJ Pook. Or Puck, I mean. He already came in twice this year. So far, throughout the 6 games they've played. And there's a grounder. There's one.
That's an out.
Unable to turn the double play as Smith is safe. If you could make that, if you could do that 180, just that pivot a bit quicker, you might have been able to turn the double play. No one shot foul. Strike one by Mason Wynn, who singled his first at bat. So he's a 1 for 2 today. And just a piece of that one. That's in foul territory. And the catch by Jose Mendoza ends the inning. At the edge of the 5th. 4-0 for the Detroit Motors after 4. Combs lead off the 5th for the Stingers here in the top half. Reagan's just shy of 70 pitches. Facing Cliff Combs here. There's a slider yanked foul. So, like the batting. It's all about that perfect. It's all about like where you place your bat, where you swing, and your timing. And obviously what pitches you swing at and what pitches you don't swing at. It's like that's essentially what the key aspects of batting. Okay. That one's line to right center field. And there's one down. As Combs is retired by Juan Perez in center field. Here's Sam Hilliard. Fingers, they're gonna base twice here. Their 7-year MLB career with many different teams. That Owen's inside. 1-1 the count. And another pitch. Just got the end of that fastball at 97. 97 miles an hour. Don't think I'm seeing him go higher than that. We'll see. And he cranks a fastball out towards left field. This one back. Track. Nice running catch for out number 2. I believe Evan Carter made the catch. There's Luis Garcia for Cincinnati. They're struggling to get offensively. That's been their struggle in this game. Reagan's in Detroit's outfield shutting down the Stingers here in this ball game.
2 balls, no strikes.
4-0 Motors here in the top of the 5th. No strikes to Garcia. There's strike one. 2-1 count. So, we'll take a look at the MLB. Now we'll take a look at it. That one's foul 2-2. We'll start to look at the MLB schedule. What's on tap today for Major League Baseball? So the Rays and the Marlins in the mid-7th right now. It's tied at 2.
We got a full count.
The Padres and the Brewers scoreless after 4, so that. The Phils and the Pirates in the top of the 2nd also scoreless. D-backs and the Reds scoreless in Cincy. There's ball 4. Third walk for Reagans. Top of the 5th. Check swing. 0-1 the count. And throwback to first. Garcia. 0-1 count. Aaron Coleman at the plate for Detroit. Cincinnati, excuse me, bad mistake. 0-2 count. The Moners, the Stingers, they can't. Their offense has been their struggle. They're struggling to get guys home. Swing and a miss on a curveball. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Detroit. So it's bottom of the 5th inning. Bregman to lead off for the Motors.
Ball down.
And there's a foul ball on the 4-seamer. Okay. 1-1 count there to Bregman, and it's 1-2. So top bottom of the 5th inning, so we got about half a game left. Gotta have to tune it in if you are, when it counts. And Bregman is hit, he'll walk. There's Matt Wallner to the plate. He homered a 2-run blast in the 1st inning. I'm not gonna say well, but we'll see. Solid slider from Puck. For strike 1. That one's foul. The Motors are 4-2 to. The record's 4-2 right now. I can actually check real quick. Just sinker for ball 1. It's 1-2. The Motors and the Stingers. Go check some other Major League Baseball stuff. Detroit's leading the Cubs 0-2. There's a foul ball. Yeah. Tigers leading Cubs 2-0, bottom of the 2nd. Astros and the Guardians just got things started. Bottom of the 2nd. Blue Jays and Twins gonna get started soon. Same with the White Sox and the Royals. The Dodgers and the St. Louis Cardinals also. Swing and a miss. Nationals Rangers got delayed. The Mets and the Rockies will start at 3:10. Yeah, I think we know who's winning that game. And the plate is Nicholas Kirkland with 1 on and 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Motors leading 4-0.
Ball, that's off the
4-seam fastball there. I think this is actually a really important series because since these two teams are both in the Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference in the National Baseball League, because divisional games are a lot more important than any other game. A game against any other team. So, fly ball into right, high and not deep. And goes the catch. No, and the throw. And there's 2 down. That's Coleman. Mendoza, I think. No, is he the first baseman? Here's Ernie Clement for the Detroit Motors. 4-0 Detroit. And there's a fly ball in left center field. Nice running catch, and the side is retired by Joe Adele. We head to the 6th. Chapman, Mendoza, and Nino. Well, there's the correct order right there. Mendoza next. There's some other notes. 100 grand. A complete game shutout against the Montreal Expos. Cosmos take an extra innings win against the Minnesota Northern Lights. And Augustin Ramirez goes hitless in his NBL debut against for the Atlanta Arrows. I didn't say who was against. I don't have memorized what's. Who's Atlanta playing? I don't remember who Atlanta's playing right now. There's Miller and Morgan warming up in the bullpen. Did do a power rankings video today. Where I ranked the owners like they've been decent. Are they a great team? No, but are they a good team? Yeah, they're in the top 15. And they're second in the Atlantic. Cincinnati's fourth. So yeah, there is that. Philadelphia's they're the best in the Atlantic Division. Who else is? There's one team I'm missing. Or the Aviators. I think they're dead last. Which I don't like. I don't like the sound of that at all. 2-2 count. And the pitch. Circle change up tempo. It's fun. The thing is, I don't expect anybody to watch a full game of this because, especially games like this where it's just like a shutout game. See if there can be a combined shutout here. It's not a no-hitter as the Stingers have got a couple aboard, but they can't bring runs home. That's their problem. The one to Mendoza and the pitch. Swung and a miss, and I got him. One down, top of the sixth. Matt Chapman at the plate. I would really like to see the Stingers at least get on the board. Chapman watches that circle changeup go by. 9-year career with 4 MLB teams, most notably the Giants. In Major League Baseball, and then this university came to the National Baseball League. Forcing a pop foul behind home plate there. 91 pitches for Cole Reagans here. He's just shy of 100. How long are they gonna let him pitch? He might be able to get a complete game shutout here. We'll see. And a 1-2.
Ball, that's upstairs.
2-2 the count's even. I would love to call a no-hitter. That'd be fun. Sort of. The first half of a no-hitter is really boring, and then the second half is really fun. It's really fun to just watch it, just to strike it. The outs just pile up. 17 shutout, 17 completion. Perfect innings. 18, 19, 20. It's fun to watch. And then when you watch it, then if it gets broken up, it always hurts. Even if you're not rooting for that team. It's because they're so rare. There's been 24 perfect games in MLB history. 24. No hitters, on the other hand, there's been 362. Last I checked, there's a fly ball into right field, not deep enough. And there's the catch, and there's 2 down. Now Warner to make that catch. Into the plate is Zach Nito. 0-2 today, he struck out both times for the Stingers. We'll see how he does this at bat. These are Reagans. Good luck. Maybe he gets a hit, but Reagans has just been unstoppable today. Called strike there. I'm not sure about that one. It's not. I haven't seen any like hideous calls where, because in the MLB, like 3 days ago there was I saw a video for Made the Cut, I believe. There was a pitch that was 6 and almost half a foot off the plate. That was called a strike. The channel's Made the Cut. Great baseball channel, by the way. Looking to miss on a 4-seamer. It's 1-2 to Zach Nito.
2 strikes.
Stingers. I've already covered one opening day Stingers game against the Memphis Blues. They look fantastic and just It's just the last. There's a fly ball into center field. This one, it's at the track. It's at the wall. Running catch. Nice catch by Perez. And the inning is over. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Right Furman up to the plate. So Furman gonna lead it off. He struck out and grounded out today for the Motors. He's got a 4-0 lead. Again for the Motors, more runs won't hurt. So, as he just got a piece of that one off the end of the bat foul down the right field line. Wouldn't be surprised if there is a rain delay, although it's a simulated rain delay. It'll just skip to when the rain is done, if that makes sense. Luke Ronald down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. Is he going to get extra bases out of that? No, he won't. So, a leadoff base hit for Furman, and there's one aboard for the Motors. It's all about the placement, because you can hit the same. It's all about also where the infielders are. You can hit the same ground ball twice, and you're gonna get 2 different results. There's a fly ball into right, and the catch by Mendoza, and they're able to keep Furman on first.
Now batting, center fielder, Wenzel.
There's Wenzel Perez for Detroit. It's the Motors here. They gotta. They want as many. Runner going, and just stay at first. Okay, that's. Did he not? What happened? Why did they call the runner and then he didn't? That's weird. That's the first time I've seen that. Where they go runner, 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 and then nothing happens.
That ball went out.
1-1 the count to Perez. Okay. He's been pretty good, but just the Stingers' offense hasn't been able to match that, and that's why they're getting shut out here. I think they have 2 base hits. I can check.
2-2 the count.
They have two hits, just 2 hits in this game. 2-2, bottom of the 6th inning. Glad to have you tuning into this game. Another foul ball. And
Count's full.
count is full. So, 3-2 count to Perez. And the pitch. Swing gonna be lined in the right center field. That's gonna be a base hit. That one's going all the way to the wall. Runner to second. Gonna go for third. Is he gonna try for home? Yes, he probably will. And 5-0 Motors. And that'll be a RBI triple for Wenzel Perez. So how about that? Just on Cincinnati's end, just the almost like a laziness, a lack of urgency. Further, it's not gonna help that when they make plays like that. If they're down 5-0, if their defense just looks like that, like, come on, man, you can do better. Bottom of the 6th inning. Runner on third base. There'll be a lined left. Nice catch and the throw. He's gonna advance and he will make it. 6-0 Motors. Wenzel Perez with a scoring run. And can we call this a blowout now? I think we can. Motors they're not that far away from it. Shutting out the Stingers today. And will Cole Reagan's getting... I would think they'd let him pitch a complete game shutout. I would think they would. Bottom of the 6th, 2 down. There's strike 1. The Mason win here. the plate. 6-0 Motors. That's going to be line to base hit. That one's going to go all the way into the corner. And that should be extra bases for Wayne. And this inning keeps going. This is probably just when you pull poop. I thought. Probably when you pull them. This is... He's had a rough day. Now they're going to keep him on the mound. Is Alex Bregman. He's 2 for 2. The Red Sox. I beat the Yankees yesterday. I don't even talk about my Yankees fandom. I don't. Probably half the MLB world hates my guts. They just don't like. They hate Yankees. They hate the Yankees. Understandably though. That's lined into center field, a base hit. Went around third, and he will score. It is 7-0 Detroit, and this inning will not end. And Bregman's 3 for 3 today. Back for rooting for Detroit. This is your game. This is your game. So yeah, they're got AJ Pook's coming off the mound for sure. I don't know why they didn't pull him the last time. The last run that he let go. See what they bring up. It might never end. Landon Rib coming to the play. This is probably the most lopsided one I've ever. So Landon Rib coming to the mound for Cincinnati. Try and end the inning. This is so far. This is the most lopsided game I've called so far. Bottom of the 6th. It's 7-0 Motors. And they just got a circle change up. It's tapped foul. So Matt Wallner. Home run 2. He's had a fantastic day with a 2-run blast. On. Slide him as 0-2. So Wayne Rapp's gonna try and just end this game. We still got some innings to play too, so it's been a long game for the Stingers. Just got that one off the end of the bat. There's a decent crowd here too for Detroit. I believe this is the first of a 3-game series, and this is a great way for the Motors to start. Solid curveball, strike 3, and finally we head to the 7th. 7-0 for the Motors on 10 hits. And they're gonna take him out. They'll bring in Eli Morgan. He could have pitched I would have let him pitch the complete game shutout, but they'll bring in Eli Morgan for the Motors. I don't if he's pitching I play as the Yankees for fun, and kind of one of my rules is for pitching. Until they give up a run, they stay on the mound. That's how I do it. They stay on the mound until they give up a run. I don't know why why you gotta pull them, even if they're doing perfect. You pull them after the 6th or 7th inning. Dude, just let him finish. Let him finish. Let him get a complete game shutout. At least, and then as soon as he doesn't, then you can bring in your reliever.
Outside.
This also could go into like discussion of like the multi no-hitter where they have like 5 pitchers throw a no-hit. Like, oh, come on. Why Adele strikes out swinging. 1 down. Here's Gabriel Ruiz. 0 for 2 today. Most Cincinnati Stingers are 0 for 2 today. They're hitless. It's been a tough road for Cincy. Fly ball left field, not deep enough. 2 down. Coming to play as the DH Cliff Combs, so custom player. Struck out in Linedale today. Cincinnati. Rough day. They're probably going to try and rebound tomorrow against the Motors. This has been just complete dominance, start to finish. No one count.
Ball one.
And probably by tonight, I should have highlights for this game out, since I'm personally making the highlights myself, going through each inning. Usually I just target the innings where runs score. Of course, even when it's 1 and 2. And try my limit's like 13 minutes. My ideal goal is 10, around or low, 10 minutes or lower. Sometimes it'll be lower, like an 8-minute highlight. That happens. I like it to be short as possible. Essentially, just not ridiculously. Four-seamer up in the zone for strike 3, and Combs strikes out swinging. No, he struck out looking, and we head to the 8th. The bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning. There's the pitchers. Yeah, Colt Reagan's had a fantastic day today. Nicholas Kirkland will lead off for the Motors. Here's Nicholas Kirkland. And there's a high pop fly ball. Not deep enough. Adele able to make the catch for round number 1. And right into this. My guess is about 20 minutes. That should be around when the 9th inning starts, based on how this game's going, but you never know. It's baseball. Be quicker or slower than that. We'll see. The Motors have had a great day because they're shutting down the Stingers and they're scoring runs. What this result? Cole Reagan's probably a lot to thank for this. There's a high fly ball towards right field. It's at the track. Oh, a diving leap! He got it! Incredible catch! Are you kidding me? How about that? A diving play in right field. Look at that. 2 down. Here's Freddie Furman. And we lined right past the second baseman. And Furman is aboard. Bounced right off of his shoe, I believe. That's a weird way to get on base. Here's Evan Carter. Hasn't got a hit today. There's one for a second, and that ends the inning. We headed to the 8th. 7-0 Motors. Top of the 8th inning, Sam Hilliard to lead it off, so we're getting towards the end of this one. And it's basically the Stingers just.
That's a ball.
It's a slow way to go out, so really just that many. Okay, well, it is a smaller venue in the National Baseball League, but I think it's like 34,000 seats in the ballpark. But just 11,000 people here today. I don't believe that. Fly ball, and that's going to turn foul into the right field corner. 1 and 2 to Hilliard. Let's see if the Stingers can not be shut out today. That's basically their only goal, not be shut out. It's looking increasingly slim. Swing and miss, and Hilliard goes down swinging, and there's 1 down here in the 8th. So Luis Garcia to the plate. He doubled, I believe, his first at bat. And you can get another hit here. We'll see. I guess the Detroit pitching staff, at least today, they've been elite. I know Cincinnati has had a rough start, but man, this is rough. Of course, even around too. The power rankings they did today, Cincinnati, they were like 26th. It's like they had a good opening day, and then everything just went down from there. They were to pick up another win, but been rough for Cincy.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Four-seam runs, 1 and 2. And Garcia got a piece of that one. A ball and 2 strikes. Way high, a four-seamer 2 and 2. The Cincinnati Stingers here. Basically just put them out of their misery. That's what. We'll get a hit. There's a fly ball. He's backing under it. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. Near the top of the 8th.
Now batting, the right fielder, Aaron Coleman.
Coleman to the plate for the Stingers. Again, those uniforms for Cincinnati are fantastic. I mean, I think all of the uniforms I've made are pretty good, but the black and yellow, perfect. I love it. Swung and a miss, and even the count 1-1 there on Coleman. I don't know why he swung on that. That was way inside. Yeah, like impulse maybe. Oh, just swing. Fly ball left field, right onto the on field. There's the catch. And he's phasing right through the catcher. We had to the bottom of the 8th. So here's Perez. Probably the final chance for the no. Probably could pretty confidently say this will be the final chance for the Mariners to get some runs offensively. Bottom of the 8th. There's the ball fouled down the left field line into the corner. 2-1. Decent crowd here. It's at 11. There's got to be more than 11,000 people. Line of base hit down the left field line. That one's going to go into the corner. And Perez is aboard for Detroit.
The batter, number 8, designated hitter.
And for the DH coming into play is Josh Smith. Josh H. Smith, to be more specific. 231 batting average. So far, I think that counts today. Runner, there's 1.
That's an out.
There's 2 for the double play. 5-4-3 double play for the Stingers. One of the few impressive plays I've had today. With Mason Wynn. I think the Stingers are finally learning how to shut down Detroit for today, because the pitching staff finally they're getting the grasp of it.
That's a ball. 2-0.
Mariners leading 7-0, bottom of the 8th inning.
Inside ball 3.
Stingers 3-0. So maybe we do see a little more offense from Detroit. Maybe. You might walk Wynn here, we'll see. Another one from Landon Root.
Nope.
Yes, he will, as that curveball was upstairs. And it's not a very fast one either, just 75 miles an hour. Here's Alex Bregman. Perfect day today, 3 for 3. Can he go 4 for 4? And that one's porked foul into the corner. Strike 1 by Alex Bregman. The Boston Red Sox. Hopefully they lose today. No 1 count.
Nope. Outside.
The count's even 1-1 to Bregman. Hopefully you Detroit fans are eating this up. So look at the miss one. Circle change up 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
I don't know if it's kind of how the rest of this series will play out. Quite the way to start a series. And the center field a base hit. And there's 2 aboard for the Motors with 2 out. So maybe they get something here. He plays Matt Wallner, so to add on to Cincinnati's misery. Take a sink at lower inside corner there. Good take. I guess that would be a grounder right to first. That would. That does make the game longer though. So the Motors here, if they got a chance to add on to their already massive lead, sinker for strike two. Well, unless Detroit does unless the Motors completely botch the ninth, I think this game is pretty set in stone. Grounder, the second, and that will do it for the 8th inning. We head to the 9th, and the Motors are going to try and close it out. Got it. Mendoza, Chapman, and Ito are up next. We head to the 9th. Keegan Thompson taking the mound. Going to try and close it out for the Motors here on this Sunday afternoon. And Jose Mendoza to play for the Stingers. Cincinnati. Trying to avoid a shutout here. And Mendoza will foul off the first pitch he sees. I would love to see at least one of these teams in the playoffs. I would. It's a long way away, but I mean, this would actually be a cool wild card match. The Stingers and the Motors. And the grounder toward second, throw to first, and there's one down. 2 outs left.
Now batting, the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Here's Matt Chapman for Cincinnati. Tell you the Stingers, they struggle with offense. They didn't score a lot. Their inconsistency. Mostly offensively, but somewhat the pitching too. How are you going to win games if you can't score runs? 1-1 count. On the pitch. Going to miss 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Miller and Floro. Top of the 9th, an 0-2 count. Chapman. Thompson trying to close it out. Got him to chase, strike 3. 2 down, and the Stingers are down at their final out. Neto, there's the final chance for Cincinnati in this game. Final batter for Thompson, most likely. Final thing that stands in the way of the Motors shutting out Cincinnati in game 1 of this series. Strike 1. Right down Broadway there. And top of the 9th. The Stingers and the Motors here.
1-1.
And that pitch is 1-1 up in the zone. To Detroit. Another one, Benito. Line in. Diving catch to win the game. What a way to end it for the Detroit Motors. They win the ball game 7-0, shutting out the Cincinnati Stingers. Final score, 7-0 for the Motors on 7 runs on 13 hits, just 2 hits for Cincinnati. Corrigan's with the win, and Corcoran's the loss, and the Motors take the 1-0 series lead to open this series. And I'm Thomas Rose. Glad to have you tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow for the next game.